Hello. I haven't even made that many videos. We're already making a kind of different kind of... Is that Freddy Fazbear? This is Loomain Legacy on Roblox. I have not played this game in a very, very, very long time. We used to play it a lot. And I decided, you know, that I'd open it up again recently. And I got very inspired by Wolfie VGC. I've been watching a lot of Pokemon videos. I thought, I don't know, I could do some competitive battling in this game. The thing is that it's been so long since I played, I don't remember anything, and I don't know what's good, and I don't really know what to do at all. So I've been doing some research, looking at some stuff, trying to learn my very best. What I do like about this game is that there's a very robust competitive team builder. I thought I deleted this. Anyway, I'm very intrigued by this Bane of Haste. It's Trick Room from Pokemon, pretty much. And I can let my slow people move first, instead of my fast people. And Ferroglyph is my favorite, so I wanted to make it work. It has crazy coverage as a melee attacker, but its stats are bad, so we give it specialty gloves to boost one specific move, and it can't use any other move. Yeah, I just think that Earthquake is so good. I really want to use it. And Primal Slash is good as well. I'm not exactly sure how competitive works in this game. It seems like there's seasons. Year 2, Season 1. Year 2, Season 2. There isn't like an active season right now, so I don't even know how it works. Looks like Season 1 will be singles, and Season 2 will be double battles. So I wanted to build something that was good for both. I'll also probably build like more teams as time goes on. I got carried away and I started building this. I built these 4 off camera. I actually didn't fully finish it yet because I don't have any stats on this guy yet, or guard run. But yeah, I really like the idea of running Bane of Haste, and my brain liked the idea of a Ferroglyph guard run lead, guard run with hover, so that it's immune to the Earthquake, the specialty gloves Earthquake from Ferroglyph. Even though it doesn't have the best melee attack, it has decent speed, and I think we're like trying to run all 3 of these in Bane. Like I can't imagine any of them will want speed, so we can just go like this right away and take the speed away. I actually don't know if we want to take your speed away, because I do that for Itzagul. But Itzagul has a lot of base stats already. Like I'm bringing it in as a defensive setup for Bane of Haste. I guess Knockout is pretty defensive too. They're both melee setup for Bane of Haste. I actually don't like that a lot. But I don't know if there's any other setters that like aren't melee attackers. One of these days I'll remember what the types matchups are for everything. I don't really remember right now. But Itzagul only has normal weaknesses. It resists, it's immune to Brawler, and it's major resist simple, so it's pretty good defensively. Other than Fire and Light. Oh yeah, other than the moves that are coming in against it are pretty common. I wonder if there's something like Follow Me. Because in like a normal matchup, in like a single battle, we're probably using Knockout to set Bane, right? I would imagine. Fight Air Toxic. Yeah, it's Knockout's like weak to what Itzagul isn't weak to. I also don't know what its abilities do. Watcher gets a 30% boost if it's the last move. Okay. So we don't even necessarily want speed on this thing if we're doing that. A good team is going to have multiple modes that you can run. In Loomain Legacy, we get to choose 7 creatures, and we only bring 5 of them into single battles and 4 of them into the doubles. So we have a lot of options for modes to build. So we have an out of Bane of Haste mode where like we'll have a few more speedy guys that can damage outside of the Trick Room. And then we'll obviously have like things that are built to damage in Trick Room, like Knockout and Guard Drone. Even Isigal too. Like, it's got crazy melee attack. And like coverage too, with Litter Chomp. And Fade Away for pivot. I don't know. Yeah, I also put Wave Wrecker on this for coverage. I don't have a water type on the team yet. I should probably put like Firewater Grass actually, or Firewater Plant as my remaining 3, just for a good core type and for coverage. Assertive. I don't think we'll run Assertive. Secret ability, Viscid. I cannot be forced out of battle. That doesn't seem that useful. It gives Driving Force as an example move. Yeah, I really don't know. I can't imagine this is very good. I think Watcher is probably just the best bet. Because if we're even outside of the Bane of Haste, we're going to be doing a bunch of damage with this stuff. And get healing even more with Vital Jab. So yeah, I think we'll do that. I don't think, like, we're pretty slow. Knockout's pretty slow. It's one of the slowest. Well, actually, that's not true. He will use my spreadsheet. Sort. Okay. There's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's like 6, unironically enough, 6 or 7 Loomains that are slower than Knockout. So like, it's not often that we're going to be slower than anything else on the field. Well, it's not often that anything else is going to be outspeeding us under Bane, is what I'm saying. So maybe we can just boost our attack by a bunch. Maybe we should give ourselves some defense. That could be useful. Well, no, Isigal is here as my like range defense coverage for Bane. And then Knockout is my melee coverage. So maybe we'll do that, and then we'll do Sluggish and Clumsy. Oh, we're not allowed to run double on this. Okay, fine. We'll just do that then for extra, and maybe we boost our range defense. And I haven't really like done much math, but there's, when you use a move, it takes energy away. So there's like math you can do to at what point it's acceptable to not raise your energy stat anymore. So if we do something like this, it lets us use 5 50 power moves. So we could get like 3 Vital Jabs, a Wave Wrecker, and a Bane of Haste. So because we need Bane of Haste, so we have 4 attacks pretty much. I like that. 4 moves because we're doing 170 melee attack. Like, that's pretty good. And then maybe we boost our health a little bit. Yeah, but if the point of this is to cover the range defense, maybe we just like go all in like that. Because a lot of your melee and brawler moves are, or our brawler and ancient moves are gonna be, actually, Knockout, our weaknesses are light, air, toxic. And a lot of these, if these are gonna be our common weaknesses, I think. And a lot of these moves are ranged, I'd imagine. So maybe we should do that, so that we're not getting just absolutely beaten. Yeah, I like that. I like this spread on it. Maybe we give ourselves a little bit more defense, though. I don't mind this. Yeah. What I want is, like, I want, like, type coverage for the rest of everything. Basically, is going to be what the rest of the team building is going to be. I want to think about items, and I want to think about stats. Okay, let's put stats on Guard Drone. So, I really don't think we need to do much to lower speed of Guard Drone here. Like, it's meant to be set up in the Bane, but like, it doesn't need to be super slow. It's already like not that slow compared to, you know, other things that are gonna be running in Bane. Did I not put Soul Burst Hoganosh in here, or is its speed just that much higher? Its speed just does get raised by 20. It has the exact same speed as Guard Drone. That was something I was thinking. Okay, so there's 3 potential fire types for the team. I don't want to have too many more slow creatures. Well, think about it this way. We're running slow, slow, slow. If we add one more that's like that, we'll have 3. We'll only have 3 that are fast and 4 that are slow. Better having more that are slow, I think, because we're trying to play Bane, and we have 2 Bane setters, like, depending on the scenario. We could probably be fine to just put another slow, pick between the 3 fire types I'm considering, and then choose one, and then put 2 fast. That cover the rest of our, cover the rest of the types. Yeah, because we've got lots of coverage, even just these 3 have a crazy amount of coverage. But we do need a plant type, and we do need a water type and a fire type. So I think, yeah. Trying to be tanky. We've got our melee tank, kind of, here. We'll have someone else be the melee tank, like a specialized melee tank. But I think probably do something like that. Well, your defense is pretty high. Because you're metal type, so you're going to be getting hit by fire stuff. What does that let us do? 169. I think I do want to put more investment into that. Maybe we'll, like, do that, you know? So that we're, like, relatively bulky just in general. And then we don't have... I think I would like more energy. Because we can use 4 of these. You can use 4 of any of these moves and dodge. Like, we get 1 free dodge, and then we get 4 moves. Basically. I'd like to give myself more energy. So maybe we can always just, like, do that. Right? Or maybe we only really need that, you know? So we wouldn't do frail, we would do sluggish. So maybe we were running very sluggish, and then we were also running clever, and then we can put less into that and put a little bit more into energy. So then that lets us run Metal Blast, a few dodges, and like 4 of these. And then we've got like relatively good bulk. Obviously we have other people that are covering our melee defense better than Guardian does. Even Ferroglyph is like relatively bulky in the on the range side. Let's look at our fire type. My first option that I thought of is I saw this when I was building the sheet. If I could spell it correctly. Billiforge gets this. So maybe we bring it because it can help us set weather, you know? Because if we run into an opposing weather team, we'll want to be able to control it and at least use it to our advantage. If it's like rain or thunder or something. Major weakness to earth, which we cover. It resists plant and some of the other normal types that our other Loomians don't resist, which is good. Type coverage. Blistering Heat is my signature ability, which lets me hit poison types with, well, it's just be poison types, or poison toxic types, and my fire type moves have a chance to poison, which is interesting. I think Heat Summon is definitely better. We don't really have a lot of ranged bulk. Well, I guess we do. Yeah, you know what? It's actually fine. So if we did run Billiforge, what kind of moves are we looking at? Well, first of all, we're actually general, so we can pick which direction to go in. We have physical, ranged physical, so maybe we should make this guy a ranged attacker. Climate cannon based on weather. That is interesting. If we do want to be a weather setter. Muck Blast, obviously, just good general. Kindled Rage. And Barbs as well. We could do setup. Because we've got like decent range defense. Or like definitely more melee defensive though. Well, no, it's actually a pretty split. Yeah, it is relatively split. So we would do damage and maybe we could do some setup. Another thing I was thinking is 2 potential Soul Burst users. I want to have a Soul Burst user on the team. Maybe it's a good idea to be able to bring the Soul Burst in depending on the mode of the team. So if we're in Trick Room, we can take advantage of it and be fast. And if we're not, we can use Bulk to survive attacks and hit for a lot of damage back. And I think both of these candidates work relatively well for that. One of them works better in Bane. So we'll look at Hogganosh first. And we're going to give it the... What's it called? What's the item called? Nosh Burst. So obviously we run this and we will be Soul Burst Hogganosh. The stats of the Soul Burst Hogganosh, of Atomic Hogganosh, are like, we're ranged defensive, melee attack. Yeah, we are like definitely more ranged defensive in general. We'll see how our other guy's looking for stats. Moveset wise, Dodge, Rejuvenate, Fiery Fondant. So we've got 2 like damage myself and leave them with a burn. That's a very powerful move. Maybe we just run our signature move. Because this gives us a boost. This lets us boost our defense more. Melee defense as well. So it can let us bulk up a little bit. We could even like run bulk up on it. That's the thing. Like if we want to be like good outside of Bane, we can be tanky and run setup. And inside of Bane, we can just be incredibly fast and hit very hard because we're Soul Burst. And we're going to be taking damage against us no matter what we do. Muckbuck. See, so many of our moves are like recoil, right? We really don't have a crazy amount of coverage on Hogganosh. I do want to run any coverage that we can. So we would run this and then probably like Rejuvenate and bulk up too. Like that's not the best. So who's coming in against Hogganosh is going to be damaging it? Water, like water, air, and earth. Who are our part water types that are coming in against us? Brawler, Toxic, Light. More often than not, probably Darker Plant. Is Plant weak to dark? Is that how that works? Yes. So if we've got like Mamamerk coming in against us, or Delutrix, yeah, we're not gonna be able to cover very much against our weaknesses with what we have access to on this guy. But this is what I would probably do. Set up and then run damage. Our other option for Soul Burst is Crackalover. Obviously, we run the Crack-a-Burst. What's the stats on this thing look like? This is the slowest fully evolved Loomain. It's got 12 speed. It's got very meddling stats in general here. What I would probably do is something like that. Robust, clever, very sluggish. No investment. The slowest thing on our team. This is going to be Soul Burst and then going the fastest on the field. And we got a lot of energy too. It's pretty good. But this thing is going to be hitting for ranged attack. And we have a lot of melee attack on the team, so maybe this is good coverage. Yeah, so it's either we run this or we run Hogganosh. I don't think Billow, whatever his name is, Billow Forge is going to be doing us much. I think these options are definitely better. I want the Soul Burst user to be able to be available in both modes. And I think that this just works better on the fire type than it could on anything else. Because what are our other like slow soul burst forms? Incarnate Igul, obviously Isagul, which we can't use, it's banned. Haganash, which I think we're probably gonna use Krakatoa over Haganash. There isn't any other ones. Like, these are the 3 soul burst options that we have, and we really only have 2 of them, and I think this is probably the best one. Even though I like Haganash and I would like to use it, we have a lot of melee attackers, and a lot of the stuff that we're going to be going up against that's going to be affecting damage against Krakaloa, I'm pretty sure is going to be more melee defensive, so we'd rather hit them in the weak points. So yeah, I think I like this. I like this idea. We can give ourselves probably a health too. Just go like that or something. What kind of moves do we got on this? Fire Breath, Spectral Burst, Mud Spatter. Yeah, we kind of have the same amount of coverage on everything here, so we're going to want to add a plant and a water type as our last 2. I've said that like 3 times already. I think we know that we're doing that at this point. Magma Burst. That seems good. And it hits everything. See, this means it's also good for doubles as well. We have a lot of like spread moves for doubles. Obviously we want our Soul Burst to be a spread user to hit like as much as possible. Wave Wrecker as well on our Bane of Haste setter. For spread, even, yeah, Knockout and Krakaloa is even like a good pairing. Because they'll probably be, if we have Bane set up, they'll probably be going like first and second. So Krakaloa gets lots of damage off with Magma Burst, and then run Wave Wrecker on this, and then just like wipe out other stuff. Yeah, so it's good that Krakaloa is running first under Bane then, so it's not gonna get like killed. Maybe we don't run that, but yeah, or maybe we just run Dodge on this, so that we can run Wave Wrecker if we want to. That's a possibility. Spectral Burst, Dark Surge is also good, I think. That's just coverage. We like don't have a crazy amount of coverage in other areas though. If this is going to be our attacker, we probably want to do that, huh? And we can do like, I don't know why I didn't give it any attack investment. That seems insane. Maybe we go none here and then we go smart to give us a little boost. And now look at our defensive stats. There, now we're even in both defenses. That's not bad. We're even, and we've got so much energy. Like, we can run high energy moves. There's like really no drawback to doing that. Flare Blast is not 100% accurate. I don't want to use something if it's not super accurate. I don't like that inconsistency. We will be able to use a lot of Rejuvenates. Maybe we don't even need that, and maybe we should be hyper. And then we give ourselves more energy. So that lets us use, let's calculate a little bit. 72 times 2, 144. So we're using, we've got 192 energy left after using Rejuvenate twice. And then it lets us use like any combination of 4 other moves. So we get 2 Rejuvenates and 4 attacks. That's not bad. I don't mind that. And then we obviously, I haven't even looked at the ability yet. I don't know what this thing gets. Oh, when we activate Heat Summon when we become Lava Fiend Krakaloa. I see. What exactly does the weather do? Smoldering Heat. Smoldering Heat is on the field. Fire-type moves deal 30% more damage. The moves of Bug-type Loomians cost 10% less energy. And Loomians with Inferno will have their range attack increased by 50%. Loomians with Hot Foot have their speed doubled. So maybe our last 2, I want a Bug-type, definitely. Maybe it'll be Water Bug. Maybe it'll be Deludrix. That is one that I do remember. And that is also fast. So we are allowed to use Deludrix outside of Bane. I want a fast melee attacker though. Because we've... Oh no, we do have that. I forgot. We're running melee Pharaoh. I forgot they're doing that. Maybe Deludrix is still a good idea. It has an ability other than Water Set, right? Yeah, and we still need to figure out items for the rest of our people. Yeah, I don't exactly know. So I think Bug and Water might be good, unless there's a... I don't really want to run a Bug and Plant type, but maybe we will. I'm not sure yet. Anyways, I think we'll pick our Water type now. Leviatros looks really good. I wonder if it's banned or not. No. Because Leviatros is very, very fast. If we want something that's fast, that's a good bet. Leviatros is the second fastest Loomain in the entire game, behind Gargolem speed. And it's also water, so it'll help us go faster than other things. But we also don't really have coverage in other types like light, which I don't like. If we want to run Nimble on this thing to get to 220. It also has like, it's not really tanky. Yeah, this thing's going to be a setup like a sweeper. Oh, and you just revive it from the Petrolith. Yeah, that makes sense. Depthsborn makes my stab do 25% more, so my stab is 50%. That's pretty good. My secret ability is All-Seeing. I can bypass dodge and ignore Scapegoat and enchantments with All-Seeing. That seems kind of good. I can't even lie. Hitting through Protect. This thing is like Urshifu. Like, that's kind of crazy. Or we could even do like this and then run Water Essence, and we're just doing like a crazy amount of water damage. All-Seeing seems like really good, especially in doubles, being able to hit through dodge. And it increases my damage by 20%. And this thing is a melee attacker. And I think we're putting like the rest of our spec into energy. Like, I don't see why we wouldn't, because we're gonna run like crazy moves, I imagine. Wave Wrecker again? Dive below the surface. That is interesting. And this thing even gets like a little... It doesn't have that much coverage. Oh, here we go. Lunge. That's good. Maybe we move this spec into our health points. Because we have a lot of energy. Well... Maybe we do something like that. And we're working with 258. So lunge and... lunge and plunge. Expert Onslaught. A specialized move based on your primary type. We're definitely running lunge for coverage. That's very good. Harrow. It's like Spirit with a chance to poison. It's just coverage. We have Spirit on like almost everything else though, is the thing. We like really are lacking in just general coverage. I do like the poison chance though, that is really intriguing to me. We need to pick our water stab. I think it's probably Wave Wrecker. Even though we already have that on here, having it twice, I mean, is not horrible. Maybe we run... I don't like having to wait a turn. Well, I guess we could probably just sync up dodge. Like, we only have dodge on one thing. We could probably even, like, replace one of these with dodge, to be real. Because we got dodge on that. Your specs, so like... Or like your specialty, so we're not doing that on you, obviously. Or maybe we do just run plunge as well. Or primal slash. Because we have ancient coverage, but as well on knockout. Interesting that our 2 waters are the only ones that have the ancient coverage. Oh wait, no, you have primal slash as well. Yeah, I don't like that this is our only bug. And only our second water. Because we're probably bringing like... We're bringing a Bane Setter. We're bringing Krakaloa. We're bringing Leviatros. Or our other coverage. And we're bringing something else. Like, depending on which battle we're going to, right? I don't mind this. I'm not settled on Primal Slash yet. I think Dodge might actually be good for this guy. To kind of just avoid some getting the sweep ruined. Because if we're not going to be able to get hit, so we might as well just, if we know we're not going to kill something, dodge and then switch to cover it. Yeah, I don't mind that. Last thing is we want a plant type. My brain says we want a plant and light type, but Hollow Bunch is banned eventually. So we won't be able to use that because we've got like really only useful in Bane, really only useful in Bane. Or like you're useful generally, I guess, because you're relatively bulky. So these 2 are like really only good under Bane of Haste, which makes sense because they're the setters. They're setting it up. Krakaloa is good in general, and these 2 are good outside of it because they're fast. So we've got like no, maybe. Like general, no, yes. So maybe we make it like a general usage again. Maybe it's Malmurk, or maybe it's Gastroke. Because Gastroke gets obviously Soul Burst. If we look at Malmurk, it's got a lot of health. It's tanky. It's tanky, but its defenses are like kind of middling. I also didn't even look at the ability for Krakaloa yet. I will get to that. So maybe we just make it like, but it's also slow. It's not like super strong, but it's like a tank. And it would be another water type. And the interesting thing is that we only have electric coverage on you. And there's no plant electric. In my head, Whiffledrift gets an electric move. Whiffledrift actually gets light type, which is good because we really don't have any coverage there. And it's also air type, which we don't have. It's super weak to ice, but like we've got so much coverage for ice already that like it's not even a big deal. And this thing like has stuff that can, because we've got like teams that can work together here, right? I think Leviatros and Krakaloa is like a relatively good team up as well. Yeah, in my head, like this is not a bad idea. Because we're like not using these guys inside of Bane of Haste, and we're using these guys inside or outside. So we've got all kinds of modes to work with in different directions. Let's look at abilities. First, let's cover Krakaloa's ability because we forgot to look at it again. Volcanic, Scorching Skin, or Combustible. So my fire type moves do double the damage, but if they hit, I won't be allowed to switch. That's fine, because if Krakaloa is on the field and soul bursting, I'm probably not switching. That seems like a way to make Magma Burst just incredibly good. Well, no, I lose that ability when I soul burst, so we need to keep in mind that this is like if we're not soul bursting, which I don't know why we wouldn't. But if we're not, then we're handling this ability that we have right now. Or we get Combustible, which grants me immunity to fire types and boosts my strength if I'm hit by one. That could honestly be a crazy trap. Like I bait a fire move on Whiffledrift or Gardrone, and then I switch Krakaloa in and get boosted, and then Soul Burst and just kill. I like that idea. Alright, let's take a look at Whiffledrift now. What are the abilities that we get? Glide, Wind Summon, and Vigilant. Glide. When an air type attack is used, it raises my speed. That seems quite good. Wind Summon makes strong gusts happen. I guess that's like more weather control. And Vigilant is our hidden ability, which means we cannot fall asleep. I think Glide is probably better because we can even boost our own speed. But the thing is, what kind of moves do we have? Jetstream, I think we're definitely running this as coverage. Life Drain seems actually even good. We have a lot of energy too. Oh yeah, these are both training moves. Yeah, I like this idea. Jetstream and then Photosynthesis, like Jetstream and then like maybe Dodge as well. Just put Dodge on stuff so that we're not gonna get like completely killed. And then this Jetstream lets us raise our own speed. Or like your melee defense is actually quite high. And then we can run Nimble to go faster. Robust. Oh no, Smart. For an attack boost. And then Very Frail. Because we're like not doing that at all. Our energy is looking good. We can use... Maybe we should give ourselves a little bit more energy though. Okay, I don't know. Boost our attack all the way, so we're doing lots of ranged attack. Because we have a lot of guys that are like ranged bulky, right? Yeah, like in general, we're decently good there. And put the rest into health. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind that. This seems like a fun team to play. I've like not even played any battles, so I don't really know what to expect. But we need to pick items for the rest of these guys now. So these three need items. There's something that decreases the damage of... Yeah, maybe we actually run heavy armor. And then we put the rest of our points here into energy. So now we take 20% less damage from melee attacks, but we use 15% more energy when we use an attack. So that means this is taking 57 energy and 48, so 50 pretty much. Yeah, that still lets us use like 4 or 5 moves, plus a dodge or 2. So yeah, that's pretty good. And we're taking less damage from stuff like that. I kind of like the idea of running Health Amulet on something, just to get health back slowly. Or maybe Milkshake, to like get health back when we've taken some damage, you know? Because Isagul is actually one of the strongest attackers on our team. Not necessarily. Everybody's like relatively strong. Well, who's more defensive? 144, and you've got more health. Yeah, the health... the Milkshake is definitely better on you. As you take damage, we'd want you to be able to stay in and then maybe get a hit in after you do pain. Yeah, I don't mind this. Or maybe we just give this thing like weakness policy or whatever it's called in this game. Plushie something. Rageful plushie. Boosts the melee and ranged attack of me when I'm hit by a super active move. Isagul is relatively bulky and we've got a lot of health. So when we get hit by something, we're probably going to live at least one hit. What are our weaknesses looking like? Yeah, fire. Yeah. I think I like that idea. So we'll get a boost if we're hit by something that ails us. Yeah, this is a really fun looking team. I mean, yeah, this seems like a pretty cool team. I can't lie. It would be fun to play it if and when I get put the team members together. It'd take a while to train. Yeah. Anyway, we built a team. Anyway, yeah, it won't let us use that. But it would be relatively easy to build that team, other than the Leviatros. And the secret ability Pyramid would be kind of hard to get to. But I mean, that's whatever. Yeah, anyway, that was fun. A little team building. Probably actually play like real battles sometime. Random battles could be fun. It would help me learn, because I really don't remember much of anything about this game. I will say that writing the base stats of everything out by hand did give me a good sense of who is available and who is strong, like base stat wise at least. I don't really know moves and abilities yet. But yeah, it'll be fun to see where it goes in the future. I want to do this more. Goodbye.